Sha'Carri Richardson has been on a dominant run lately, but for some reason the national media refuses to talk about her. Why is that? Are these outlets just simply ignoring her on purpose? Well, let's talk about it. She placed top 2 at a recent 100-meter and 200-meter events at the US Track and Field Championships. She also defeated Shericka Jackson in the 100-meter at the Diamond League. Yet the mainstream media is going out their way to ignore her. After her huge performance, she spoke to the only media outlet she trusted, because due to prior instances, she spoke to other outlets and they tend to mix up her words, painting her into something that she's not. Other small networks try to pit other track superstars against Sha'Carri to make her look like the villain or undisciplined, while they're propping up the other athletes as classy or well-spoken. To add salt to the wound, she didn't even get an invite to the ESPYs this year despite her recent success. However, in the past, when she was going through the darkest period of her life, she got a quick invite. The media was quick to have her do a Today Show interview after she failed a drug test for testing positive for marijuana. But in the same breath, the Olympic and anti-doping officials allowed Russian skater Kamila Valieva to compete despite testing positive for a real banned drug called trimetazidine. The heart drug is shown to improve an athlete's endurance and blood efficiency, which in turn increase their performance, while THC does not. There's a huge reason why outlets are so quiet about her success. She's usually critical of the Olympic doping system, and she always speaks on the injustices in the black community. Sha'Carri has been through a lot these couple of years. You're talking about a woman that faced hypocrisy from Olympic officials, harassed on an airplane by a flight attendant, losing her mother, and she was getting harassed by Jamaican citizens all over social media. Folks are always known to tell people to humble themselves because 9 out of 10, they're terrified of their own insecurities. And it's funny because you could tell the double standards are obvious when it comes to Sha'Carri. When a video of former Texas A&M track star Kennedy Smith went viral on Twitter, she was filled with nothing but praise for doing exactly the same thing Sha'Carri Richardson was doing. Meanwhile, while she was at LSU, every time she celebrated, she was called ghetto and unprofessional. Yet a lot of people praise Smith for having the same type of attitude. Richardson embodies what it means to submerge yourself in confidence, and it makes people uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, it's good for track. Everybody loves to see an athlete show an emotion as they achieve something great. However, if you're a black woman in a prospective sport, it's considered taboo. Despite her setting records, why are the only articles I've seen online is about her ripping her wig off before a race? Why is it that Good Morning America, the Today Show, and other mainstream outlets were quick to plaster her all over the world as a charity case, but when she's back on her feet, you don't hear a peep from them? She is also shedding light to how track athletes are treated in the public eye. During the USA Track and Field Championships, the viewership was completely terrible. It is because of the streaming outlets. Most track athletes can't even see their own highlight videos until they're posted on Twitter. And when they are, they're immediately removed for copyright. She even showed that the hot dog eating championships are getting more views than an actual track and field event. And looking back in hindsight, that's pretty wild. But that's no surprise considering that the championships itself did a terrible job promoting their events. Sha'Carri could easily end up being one of the most important figures in track, but that's never going to happen because everybody is so insecure about her self-confidence.